Hello. Now we're going to be talking about the rational roots theorem and its application to listing all possible rational roots of a polynomial. The rational roots theorem states that given some polynomial, some nth degree polynomial, if p divided by q is a rational root of f of x, meaning f of p over q is equal to 0. And if p over q is in lowest terms, that means p is a factor of the constant term, a naught, and q is a factor of the leading term, a n. So here in this case, in this polynomial, f of x is equal to 4x to the 5th plus 12x to the 4th minus x minus 3, we would have p is a factor of the constant term, so that's -3, and q is a factor of the leading coefficient, which would be 4. Okay? Now, to find all possible rational roots, we merely take the ratio of p over q of the possible factors of -3 and 4. So factors of -3, which is p, they are plus or minus 1 and plus or minus 3. And factors of 4 is plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, and plus or minus 4. So their ratio, dividing this and this, the list is, I'll fix my finger on the 1 divided by the 1 here. I get plus or minus 1. This is one of them. I put my 1 there, I move to this 2. I get a plus or minus 1/2 is one of them. I have my 1 here, I move to a 4. Plus or minus 1/4 is one of them. Since I've exhausted 1 over all of these, now I begin with 3 over all of these. Then I get plus or minus 3 all over 1, plus or minus 1, then I get plus or minus 3. This is another possibility. I have plus or minus 3 divided by plus or minus 2, which gives me plus or minus 3/2. This is another possibility. And last but not least, ultimately I have plus or minus 3 divided by plus or minus 4. That gives me plus or minus 3/4. This is another possibility. So what I have in circles are all of the possible rational roots that could satisfy this equation. Meaning, out of here, these are all the possible rational values that could, when we plug it in back into this original function, give me an output of a 0. So when solving these problems, know that p over q is what you're looking for. P is all the factors of the constant. Q is all the factors of the leading coefficient. And all you got to do is, once you've listed the factors, distribute the factors and divide them accordingly like this. Then you should easily have been able to produce the list of all the possible factors. Recall that that means these might be a factor. It does not always imply that they all work. It is a list of all the possible ones that can work.